Have I ever told you that this board is goated? Yeah, plenty of times in this series already. But the point still stands, this board is absolutely goated. They injected about £12.5 million into the transfer budget around January time. That's on top of the 2 times that they've increased our transfer budget for next season. And the reason for that being that our finances are doing rather well at £58 million, and because we've sold, 4 big players in the winter window, we decided to go down that route. And I think it might have been a good decision because we faced up against Leicester City. Let's just go to Leicester City. Leicester City in the Europa League. And, they just scraped by. We actually gave them a good go, even though we had one of the youth players playing in goal. You might already see it. There's been a lot of green dots domestically. We are on course to win every single game domestically, which is just insane. We got the neutral cup final against Jeunesse d'Esch. That would be wonderful to win. But just to get the victory in the league and to claim 102 points, I think, out of 102 points, Jeunesse d'Esch, a very, very far distance away, would be something else. And a record that simply cannot be topped because mathematically it's just impossible. Something that I really do need to point out, the fact that we got plus 152 goal difference. 152. Sorry, Mama, old Mama, for beating them 15-0 away from home. Hey, Runa Grieve scored twice in that game. And he is the story, really, of the winter window. Let's go into the transfers. Last time we saw each other was about the middle of December. So let's go do it. I think I've already highlighted it. I have. I really have. Okay, so I mean, how to be better? What's the best way of talking about this story then? We probably have to go to the outs first. Runa Grieve went to Barcelona for £15 million, plus a 40% next sale, which I've already sold to them at another £11 million. Barcelona at it again with the bad transfers. £26 million I've got for this guy. And I thought I was going to take a massive L. I bought him for 3.8 million. And I thought to myself, I've done a bit of a cock up there. Never going to get that much money for him. How wrong was I? I was seriously wrong. So that's some serious money. Pierre went for the exact same amount that he came for. With the 40% sell-on clause on top. I think it's a win-win. He's not been growing great. He really hasn't been growing great with Titus Pétange. So if we kept hold of him, he might have been a decent forward, but he might not have reached his potential. If he goes to Porto, he might reach his potential. And we've got that 40% sell-on clause. We might sell it, yada yada. I think he's not as good as what the ratings make him out to be. There you go. Just by the way that he was growing. I mean, maybe I'm a bit overly critical there, but he is 21 years old, and from the first time that we've seen him, not much has changed. He has got a little bit better, but not much has changed, especially with the strikers that have been hanging around. We've been able to sign some really, really nice strikers for the future. Have any of them come in yet? I mean, Mane's coming, but with more... Oh, Martensen as well, of course. Schmidt's out on loan. Really disappointed. Thought this guy was going to be a world beater. Isn't. But he's progressing nicely on loan, at least. Fortuna Dusseldorf really, really helping him out. Leandro Augusto Hernandez has moved clubs. And this is just a straight sale of only 3.6 million, which is really, really disappointing for how many goals he scored for us. But that is him. I think he's not going to improve that much more. We will have to wait and see on that. It's a big hit to our shirt sales. But yet once again, with the influx of strikers that have come through scouting reports, I've upgraded my scouting. I think we've got like 16 scouts now, something like that. I've upgraded my scouting. The influx of strikers that we found means that we move the old guard on a bit. Wanted 5 million plus the 40% sell-on clause, but I know Augusto Hernandez's time has gone. Espendola's time did not go, but it was a fantastic little offer here from Liverpool, which was 40% of the next sale and 15 million quid. He's 24 years old. He might get a little bit better, but he is already 24 years old. So, I mean, I don't know how much more they're expecting him to grow. But even if he grows to, really, really good Premier League levels, he's only going to get a few years right at the top before his speed starts to decline and all that. And you know what? £15 million, you just nod and accept that it is time to move on. Even though left back might be a bit of an issue, we're trying to sign this Brazilian. We might have signed him actually for next season. Nenad Petrovic has been sold for 1.1 million, and you know what? I just want to thank Nenad for a wonderful, wonderful ride. This was a glorious little story that we signed him up for 400,000. He got unhappy. He went on a free. He came back for 1.2. He put in some good shifts, won us a couple of titles, and now he goes to Dynamo Zagreb, and he'll be one of the most coveted centre-backs in his home nation for sure. I have no doubt about that. The reason why we're selling him on is because we've got plenty of really good centre-backs. I mean, I can just go into the under-23s, and you got like Balic, who's 5 stars, and we got another one, Espino, who's 5 stars, and I'm not going to say no to... Let's have a look, sort out positions. I'm not going to say no to... Bloody hell. It's a mess with all these greyed out players. 2 seconds. I am looking for Kevin Lopez. I'm not going to say no to Kevin Lopez because obviously as Luxembourg, he's one of our youth academy players. So all of a sudden Petrovic is very, very much down the list of names, list of pecking order. Jamini went. He's actually grown a little bit since signing for Partizan Belgrade. Good luck to him. He spent a lot of time here, but as soon as I saw that he didn't like the big games, out he went because he wasn't good enough for me to kind of just ignore this. If he had a lot of potential, or if he was just quality and he was slightly... He didn't really enjoy big matches. He's not like frightened. He just doesn't enjoy them. I might have ignored it, but he's not pulling up the roots. He's not pulling up the trees. Piano's out on loan. Didn't even know that I had him, to be honest. Was it Guangzhou? Guangzhou came in with a loan offer, covering most of his wages and a bit of monthly fee. And I was like, I thought I sold him. Whatever, covers the wages until he is out of contract, which is next year. So that's that. It's a hell of a lot of money. In total, out is 60 million and in is only 30. So we're only bringing in half. Sorry, we're only spending half of what we earn, which is very nice. So the big chunk of it is Vladimir Mane. And I don't really need to say anything about this guy because you can see that he's quality. Not aerial presence whatsoever. So we're going to try and make him a left winger. We've just lost Rune Agree from that position. It makes total sense. Leonardo Borges came in and honestly wasn't really looking for this at the first place, but listen to what I've got planned. This guy's actually got like decent crossing. He's all right on the left-hand side, which is a bonus, but we got, Questa on the right-hand side. I think he's called Questa. Just sort out by position again. And hopefully this doesn't take forever. Yeah, Nicholas Questa on the right-hand side. We can put Questa back into the centre and bring Borges, who can offer a bit more attacking or a bit more diversity on the wings, into that right-back spot. He wasn't anything in that position a few months ago, and now he's already awkward, so he's growing quite nicely in that spot. This is a good signing, in my opinion. Slightly expensive at 9 million, but he's kept his potential at 5 stars. So hope there. Mortensen was an all right finding. Now I'm really disappointed that his potential's dropped. Damn. Wow. Well, maybe that is a bad signing. Well, we got rid of loads of strikers, so bringing in a £6.5 million striker, he's kind of needed, necessary. He might be a stopgap until youth academy player that has been pushed into the first team now. Makovic, once Makovic gets sorted, maybe Mortensen is on his way out. Mortensen. 6.5 million. That is looking like a bad deal now. And Roman Sazabo. This is a really cheap one. Top potential, under 23s, in the middle. Middle's kind of contested at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to get in. Honestly, I think I might be selling Brkic in the summer. We'll have to see. Just keeping an eye on everybody's growth patterns. And Brkic has started slowing down significantly, so we'll have to see how that develops. He gets a lot of transfer interest every window. I look forward to this window, to be honest. I'm really, really excited for this window. The winter window was so much more enjoyable than what I thought it was going to be. All right, that is the team. Oh my goodness, that's a really, really, really shocking team. Really top heavy as well. The wingers and the forwards all set up. So the first team goalkeeper now is Danny Adrovic. As soon as I saw all the transfers coming in, I was like, oh, well, we might as well, because we're obviously weaker with Espindola as well. We might as well settle for the league. We were already about 5 or 6 points clear at that point. I was like, yeah, we're not going to lose that. We are better than Jeunesse d'Esch. And I think we played them in January as well, which kind of doubled down that feeling that we were way better than them at full strength. I was like, okay, we can absolutely drop quality in the keeper to bring in a higher potential keeper. The other lad that we've got in the under-23s, the Belgian, Jeffrey Diallo, he's out on loan at the moment. And he's growing quite nicely as well. Got a couple more goalkeepers coming in. Knew that I needed to do that because we can't just run on 2 goalkeepers. And now I've just thought of something else. I've reminded myself of something else. Surprise of the season, not us winning every single league and cup game to this point. No, the under-18s somehow got to the UEFA Youth League semi-final. And I tell you what, they did Sociedad, Atletico, Marseille, and maybe even Partizan. Maybe even Partizan without Makovic up front. It was just the lads that came in through this year's youth intake that have, I think, already left because they weren't that good. Venarde, he's going to Jeunesse d'Esch. He's not that good. He's a perfectionist. I try and offer him a contract and he wasn't having it. I'd much rather keep this guy in because you can see that his wheels far better. But I don't think either will make it. But whatever, we move. We've got mostly a monopoly now on Luxembourg. So if for some reason he excels at Jeunesse d'Esch, we can sign him up, no problem. We've got so much money coming into this club. It's a bit silly. And the recent 11 million puts our transfer budget at 6.87. The 11 million put to Runa Grieve, that's his name. I started here because I noticed that I can ask for improved youth facilities. So I'm going to do that through the episode as well. A lot of things doing in this episode. Just will be an example of how goated this board is. I did ask for an increased transfer budget after they injected 12 million. I was like, yeah, but we got 15 million. Can I please have a bit more? They disregarded that. So they're not saying yes to everything, but they're saying yes to a lot of things that I would never have been able to get across, especially in the Vashash save. Jesus Christ, that Vashash board was harsh. All right, it's going to be a terribly, terribly difficult game, this one, but I am chill. I'm going to crack open my can of drink. It's rather late at night, so if I go quiet at any time, you'll know why. Oh, Paradiso. He could potentially become our first 5-star player. But of course, there's Cabal as well. They're really, really close. They're both 4.5 star. And we're already losing. Bloody good header, that. It's a bloody good header. Corner kick. Shin Young-ho, by the way, Shin Young-ho has been exceptional since he's come onto the first team. So I think we've got a really, really good player here. And an Asian player at that. Massive, massive merchandise sale opportunities there that could net us another 2 million, 3 million per season. If it was like Hungary, this is the mad thing. And this is what's making me really excited and comfortable and all this other stuff. If it was Hungary, that 2-3 million might really, really be needed to get us to the next stage. But we are rolling in it. Absolutely rolling in it. Luxembourg is rich. AF. It needed a little bit of time to get going, but okay, here's an example, right? We were flying in the league. We get confirmed to be in one of the two Champions League places that the league's got at the moment due to the coefficients. So the board set the initial budgets for the next season. No extra transfer budget because I've been spending like crazy. However, our wage budget... Oh, Busman's injured. That's shocking. That's a bad one. Oh, no. We don't have anyone on the bench either. Okay, Mane's coming in. Maybe as an attacker to try and get in through the defensive line. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That's probably going to cost us the game there. So a yearly wage budget, no, a weekly wage budget is 120-ish thousand pounds a week. I think it's around that ballpark. All right. The board just went, yeah, you got a transfer budget of 0, but your wage budget is £400,000 a week. Thanks. That's a hell of a lot of money that I can't slide across at the moment, but I will be sliding across because I'm not going to be spending fucking £400,000 a week on wages, not yet. Anyway, I'm sure I will eventually. Match stats, we're just a little bit. No, we're struggling a tiny bit. Damn. Is it going to be just like another case of so close and yet so far here? Can we win it at the death? Go on. Oh. The limbs if we won it at the death. The limbs. We still haven't won this competition. It's the only thing that's been evading me. Apart from the European ones, but, you know. I say the only thing... Come to think about it, the only thing that we've won is the league. Which is nothing to, you know... What's the phrase? Whatever. I'm not going to say, oh, just winning the league is not enough. Of course it's great. But you think eventually we're going to win the cup. And because of how successful we are, it's just a surprise that it's only been the league. A lot of them, but just the league. As things go into extra time, which I think, with all that's happened to us in this particular game, I think it's not a bad showing from us. The 2 goals coming in the first 5 minutes and then nothing else. I'd be happy to see this one go to penalties. Because what? Adrovic gets some serious experience. That's a good thing, isn't it? And we've done ourselves real proud because Busman, our best striker, has gone off. Busman, by the way, I'll have a look at the player stats. We haven't shown the player stats through the seasons because it's mostly just been about improving the team. But I think it's now time to start showing player stats at the end of every season. Just for you to get a greater idea of what's happening. This time around, I'm not going to talk to them before the penalties. I'm just going to... I'm going to let them concentrate. Lopez is starting our penalties. We're kicking first, which is a good thing. Like, mentally, that is a better place to go instead of last. Nice goal by Schuvarts. I'm pretty sure Schuvarts was one of our old players. Here's Vladimir Mane. A bit of pressure on him. A couple of months at the club. And he's already... Oh, Jesus Christ, what a penalty. I'm not going to lie, I would spend £10 million just to get a Luxembourg Cup down me. Just to get an extra piece of silverware. 4 penalties taken so far and 4 excellent spot kicks. It's Shin Young-ho. It's another excellent spot kick. So 5 out of 5. And Friedrichs, who I believe is one of our old centre-backs. Can we get a save? Yes, we can. Never looked comfortable with that. And our young guy in net might have just put his hand to a very important penalty stop. Something that none of the other goalkeepers that this club's had has ever been able to do. And he's only like 17. Sommer. He's missed it. We've won. We've actually won the Luxembourg Cup. We finally won the Luxembourg Cup. And we are so close to getting a domestic season where we win every single game. I didn't think that was possible when Busman got injured. Mate, that is a mental thing. Congratulations. That was incredible. It just shows you that we have really taken that step up now. Jeunesse de Escher nowhere near us. Okay, Busman. Oh, it's on. Oh, he should have played on with a tight hamstring. we've won the Luxembourg Cup, finally. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy about that. All right, and then the next game should be the final game of the season. Should be. We'll have a look at the schedule again. We're 25 minutes into this video. We're not going to watch it because it could be an absolute hammering. There'll be loads of... I'm sure there'll be loads of key highlights. You don't want the video going on for hours on end. So it's just a simulation. If we win, fantastic, and I expect it, and we do everything that we wish for with the records and all of that. It's amazing. We beat Jeunesse de Esch's record of 100 points through a season. Let's discuss this with the board, because I think they will change their minds after a little conversation. They changed their minds immediately. This board is goated. So that is 3.97 million off the 54, well, it would have been 54-ish million that we had. And our youth academy is getting upgraded for the first time in ages. I was thinking to myself, surely they're going to give us youth facilities eventually. Yes, they are. So it is literally just a case of being patient, and eventually that option will come in. Maybe. I've just noticed that our youth recruitment's only 4.5 stars, but we can't increase that for now. I think it would be under networking. There's junior coaching there, but I don't think junior coaching is what we need. I think it's youth recruitment. I genuinely do think it's a youth recruitment off that drop down. So there you go. We are improving our youth facilities, which I expected. I really did expect. We've got a goalkeeper signing with us, a 21-year-old. It's a bit of a shot in the dark, but this guy is trialing with us at the moment, and he's still 5 stars. Cheap enough to have a little gamble on. Brazilian. So, yeah, exactly. 5 stars. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm more comfortable with signing a little bit older, even like goalkeepers, because they do flourish a little bit later on in career. But I do wish for my goalkeepers to be a bit better than that at 21. It looks like... Oh, no, that was a semi-final. I was just about to say that Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League, but they will have to face Liverpool. Liverpool have won so many of these. It's pretty sickening watching it as a Man United fan. But in real life, it could absolutely happen. There's the player stats. So you can see that Busman scored 46 goals this year. So nothing too crazy. Atletico Madrid are rumoured to be interested in the player. They would probably need to give me 20 million for him, I would think. But I would be open to selling him at the right price, and obviously the right clauses attached, because we've got some good players coming in. I'm really, really excited for Rob Brain. Rob Brain, man. Woo! There's gonna be loads of him. Loads of them that I can see joining us right there. Oh my god, have you seen the list? The list. You'll have to wait until the next episode to find out who we've actually signed up. You might see the names, but you don't know the players yet. I completely forgot that we signed the centre-back from Bayern Munich as well. Oh my... Yeah, we've signed some really, really good players up. This might be the crop that takes us from group stage Champions League to quarter-finals, semi-finals. If we just give them time to develop, keep them on the contract, keep them happy at the club, watch them perform and deliver. I would imagine, getting players from Bayern Munich and We just got Busman from Dortmund. These are big clubs that are getting rid of their players. To us, I think Marnie came from Benfica. You know, like real top producers of talent. Talking about European talent, we are second in the European list of top flight players developed by club. We've got about 60 players out in the top flight leagues of Europe. Probably most of them in Luxembourg. I think that's how it works. And this is it, the final game of the season, I believe. Amori wants 13. I'm sorry, a 13's gone. You can have 23 for now, and then we'll fix up the squad numbers. Jesus, what that is. Quickly running through, it looks like 9 players are joining us. Every single episode. Okay, well, God, that stings. That really does sting. We've lost the final game. I really didn't expect that. Obviously, we'd won the other 33 fucking games. Wow. So, Jeunesse de Esch, that really is a kick in the bollocks. Jeunesse de Esch, I think, still hold the record for the most points in a season. Yes. On 100. Fuck's sake. As a trade-off, would I have done that to get the Luxembourg Cup? Yes. But we should have done both. Oh, sorry, I've just smashed something off my wireless charger. We should have done both, yeah? You've done the difficult thing. We're not perfect yet, quite clearly. Wow. Can we just have a feel-good episode? For once, he's not bad. I'm keeping an eye on 4.5-star players now. I know that 4.5-star players probably are around the 150 to 160 potential ability now. Some of them, anyway. So, just keeping an eye on as many players. He's got a great wheel, by the way. As many players as I possibly can. And just seeing how they grow. I've got this Dutch lad coming in. That I didn't rate at first, but the fact that he's been growing so rapidly at the club meant that I did put 5 million on the table to get his signature in. We'll see how he develops. I think, even though he's Dutch, I think he's called O'Hanlon, I believe. A lot of scouting. We've been doing a hell of a lot of scouting. But we can afford it, I guess. With our 15 scouts and 1 chief scout. New chief scout, by the way. 44-year-old chief scout. Luxembourg has been in our scouting team for a long time now. And he was much better than my old chief scout, so I decided to make that change and then hire up, even though they were expensive, a couple of American scouts, because that was a part of the world where we didn't have great scouting knowledge. And that's it. Maybe next season we can go every single game winning it. I'm stunned that that's just happened, but not surprised with how these recordings have gone. It seems like as much hope as we got as a collective, as a team, something's there to always knock us down. But they won't be able to knock us down eventually because we are building a top side here, and I am very, very confident in that. We just need to keep the players together. That's all. That's what's going to be a problem. I've got tricks up my sleeve, putting the transfer, the valuation of the player to zero and rejecting all transfer offers so they don't get mad because no one's putting in a reasonable bid for them. I've got tricks, but I'm still worried that we're going to lose a couple of them. Maybe the board say, yeah, that this bid is too good to turn down. We'll have to wait and see, shan't we? How the fuck did we lose that last match? What a perfect season it would have been. Stages, league table. Figure that one out. I'm pretty sure Pétange beat Jeunesse d'Esch in one of the seasons where it was really close, so I can't really be mad at them. I'm not mad at my boys. They've had a great season. Looked at the stats. Looked like the stats. We were all over them, but we just lost 3-2. We just lost. And why couldn't it have been like in the middle of the season so I didn't just bring my hopes up to win 34 out of 34 in the league? Oh, Christ almighty, Mama didn't win a single game. At least we're not Mama. See you next time. Hey, we could have been Mama if that old series held up. If that database wasn't absolute trash. Bye-bye.